Good to you, good afternoon/evening, everyone. Today, I am honored to speak to you about a transformative and profound topic, experience the fullness of His love. As Victoria Osteen beautifully emphasizes, God's love is not only boundless, but also accessible to each and every one of us, regardless of where we find ourselves on life's journey. One, to see a lot of unconditional love. To fully experience the fullness of His love, it is essential to understand its nature. God's love is not contingent on our achievements, our status, or even our mistakes. It is a love that remains steadfast and true, offering us grace, forgiveness, and acceptance. When we comprehend this, we can free ourselves from the chains of self-doubt and embrace a love that is unwavering. Then when we internalize God's love, it changes how we view ourselves. We begin to see ourselves through His eyes as valued, cherished, and capable individuals. This recognition is empowering. It helps us build a strong foundation of self-worth, which is critical in an educational setting. Students and educators alike thrive when they recognize their inherent value and potential. 3. Living a life of gratitude. When we acknowledge all the blessings and opportunities bestowed upon us, we cultivate a mindset of thankfulness. This attitude is not only enriching for our personal lives, but also enhances our academic and professional environments. Gratitude fosters a positive and encouraging atmosphere where growth and learning flourish. 4. Overcoming challenges with love life is not without its trials. However, God's love serves as a beacon of hope and strength during these times. When we face obstacles, whether in our studies, work, or personal lives, His love reassures us that we are not alone. It gives us resilience and the courage to persevere, knowing that His plans for us are good. 5. Spreading love to others. One of the most powerful ways to experience the fullness of God's love is by sharing it. Acts of kindness, empathy, and compassion not only impact those around us, but also deepen our own experience of divine love. Whether it is helping a peer with their studies, supporting a colleague, or simply offering a listening ear, spreading love enriches our community and builds lasting connections. 6. Finding peace and fulfillment. Finally, the fullness of God's love brings a sense of peace and fulfillment that nothing else can provide. When we align ourselves with His love, we find purpose and direction. It guides our decisions, shapes our character, and ultimately leads us to a life of meaning and contentment. Conclusion. In conclusion, experiencing the fullness of God's love is a journey that requires openness, gratitude, and a willingness to share that love with others. As we continue to grow, both academically and spiritually, let us remember that His love is a constant source of strength, inspiration, and peace. May we all strive to not only experience this love, but also to reflect it in every aspect of our lives. Thank you, and may you all walk in the fullness of His love every day. Would you like me to add any specific anecdotes or examples to make the speech more personal or relevant to your audience? To fully experience the fullness of His love, it is essential to understand its nature. God's love is not just a concept, but a living, active force that permeates every aspect of our lives. It is a love that is unconditional, unwavering, and all-encompassing. Unlike human love, which can sometimes be influenced by circumstances, emotions, or conditions, God's love is steadfast and eternal. It does not waver based on our actions, our successes, or our failures. This love is freely given, not earned through merit, but offered as a gift of grace. When we truly grasp the depth of God's unconditional love, it transforms our perspective on ourselves and the world around us. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that love is something we must earn. Whether through achievements, good behavior, or meeting certain expectations, we often strive to be worthy of love and acceptance. However, God's love operates differently. It is a love that meets us where we are, in our imperfections and struggles, and envelops us with compassion and mercy. This understanding can bring profound healing and freedom. When we realize that we are loved unconditionally, we no longer need to strive for approval or validation from others. We can rest in the assurance that we are already accepted and cherished by our Creator. This truth dismantles feelings of inadequacy, guilt, and shame. It allows us to approach life with confidence, knowing that nothing can separate us from His love. God's unconditional love also means that He is with us through every season of life. During times of joy and success, His love celebrates with us. In moments of sorrow, confusion, or failure, His love offers comfort and hope. He is a constant source of strength and encouragement, guiding us with patience and understanding. His love is not passive, but active. It pursues us, seeks our best interests, and desires a close relationship with us. Furthermore, experiencing God's love involves recognizing that His love is not just for us individually, but for all humanity. His love is inclusive, extending to every person, regardless of their background, status, or mistakes. This realization challenges us to reflect His love in our interactions with others. It encourages us to practice empathy, forgiveness, and kindness, knowing that we are all recipients of the same boundless love. Embracing this love also means trusting in God's intentions for our lives. His love is not just about comfort and acceptance, but also about growth and transformation. He loves us too much to leave us as we are. Through His love, He shapes and molds us, helping us become the best version of ourselves. Even when circumstances are difficult or when His guidance challenges us, we can trust that His love is leading us toward a greater purpose. In essence, understanding God's unconditional love is the foundation of experiencing its fullness. It is a love that invites us into a deeper relationship with Him, one that brings peace, joy, and fulfillment. When we open our hearts to this love, it fills every part of our lives, empowering us to live with hope, resilience, and a profound sense of belonging. Embracing self-worth through divine love is a powerful and transformative experience. When we recognize God's love for us, it fundamentally changes how we see ourselves. Many of us struggle with self-doubt, feelings of inadequacy, or a sense of not being enough. The world often measures worth by external standards, achievements, appearances, social status, or material possessions. These metrics can create pressure and lead to a fragile sense of self-worth that fluctuates based on circumstances. However, when we anchor our self-worth in God's love, we find a steady and unshakable foundation. God's love is a reminder that our worth is inherent, not earned. We are valued simply because we are His creation, uniquely designed with purpose and intention. This truth is deeply liberating because it means that our worth is not diminished by our mistakes, failures, or shortcomings. It also means that no amount of success or validation from others can truly define us. Instead, our identity is rooted in being loved by the Creator of the universe, who sees beyond our external traits and into the very core of who we are. When we internalize this truth, it nurtures a healthy sense of self-esteem. We begin to see ourselves through God's eyes, with love, compassion, and acceptance. This shift in perspective can profoundly impact all areas of our lives. In an educational setting, for example, students who understand their worth are more likely to approach learning with confidence and resilience. They are not afraid to take risks or make mistakes because they know that their value is not tied to a grade or performance. Educators and professionals, too, benefit from this perspective as it helps them maintain a positive outlook and avoid burnout. Embracing self-worth through divine love also encourages us to set healthy boundaries and make choices that reflect our value. When we believe that we are loved and worthy, we are less likely to settle for situations or relationships that diminish us. Instead, we strive to surround ourselves with positivity and pursue opportunities that align with our purpose and potential. This sense of worth acts as a guide, helping us make decisions that lead to growth and fulfillment. Moreover, when we understand our worth, it enhances how we treat others. Recognizing that we are all cherished by God creates a sense of empathy and respect. It reminds us that every person we encounter is valuable and deserving of love. This perspective fosters a culture of kindness, collaboration, and support, whether in our personal lives or within a community setting. It also helps us offer grace to others, knowing that just as we are not defined by our imperfections, neither are they. Embracing our self-worth through God's love ultimately leads to a life marked by joy and peace. It allows us to celebrate our strengths and acknowledge our weaknesses without judgment. We learn to love ourselves as God loves us, with patience and understanding. This internal sense of worth becomes a source of strength, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with hope and assurance. It is a journey of discovering who we are in God's eyes and living each day in the fullness of that truth. Living a life of gratitude is a natural and powerful response to experiencing the fullness of God's love. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you for blessings. It is a deep and genuine appreciation for the love, grace, and opportunities that God continually provides. When we truly understand how much God loves us, gratitude becomes a guiding principle that influences our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. God's love is abundant and often expressed in both the big and small moments of our lives. Whether it is through answered prayers, the beauty of nature, the kindness of others, or the strength we find during hardships, His love manifests in countless ways. When we take the time to recognize these blessings, our hearts naturally overflow with gratitude. This practice of gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a mindset of contentment and joy. Gratitude is also a powerful antidote to negativity and discouragement. Life is not without challenges, but when we maintain a grateful heart, it becomes easier to find hope even in difficult situations. Rather than dwelling on hardships, we can look for God's presence and provision within them. For instance, during times of struggle, gratitude helps us see how God is building our strength, teaching us patience, or drawing us closer to Him. This perspective transforms trials into opportunities for growth and deepens our relationship with God. Practicing gratitude also enhances our mental and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that gratitude can reduce stress, improve mood, and increase resilience. When we make gratitude a habit, it rewires our brain to notice the positives around us, leading to a more optimistic outlook on life. This shift in mindset not only benefits us, but also influences those around us. A grateful person often radiates positivity, inspiring others to adopt a similar perspective. This creates a ripple effect, spreading joy and encouragement throughout our communities. Furthermore, gratitude strengthens our faith. When we reflect on God's past faithfulness, it builds trust for the future. Each time we express thanks for His blessings, we are reminded of His goodness and His ability to provide for our needs. This practice cultivates a deeper sense of peace as we learn to rely on God rather than on our own understanding or resources. It also helps us remain grounded, knowing that every good thing we have is a gift from Him. Living a life of gratitude involves more than internal reflection. It also calls us to express our thanks through our actions. When we recognize God's generosity, it encourages us to be generous with others. We begin to share our blessings, whether through acts of kindness, words of encouragement, or lending a helping hand. Gratitude becomes a motivator for service, allowing us to reflect God's love by giving freely to those in need. Ultimately, a life of gratitude is a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. It aligns our hearts with God's will, allowing us to experience His love more deeply. By continually acknowledging His blessings, we create a cycle of gratitude and grace that not only enriches our lives, but also spreads His love to the world around us. Gratitude is a powerful tool that transforms everyday moments into opportunities for worship and draws us closer to experiencing the fullness of His love. Overcoming challenges with love is a profound way to experience the fullness of God's love. Life is filled with trials and obstacles, from everyday stresses to significant hardships. These challenges can often feel overwhelming, leaving us with uncertainty and doubt. However, when we face difficulties through the lens of God's love, we gain a source of strength and resilience that helps us not only endure, but also grow through these experiences. God's love is a constant and unwavering presence, even in our most challenging moments. It is a reminder that we are never alone, no matter how difficult the situation may seem. When we draw upon His love, we find comfort and peace that transcends our circumstances. His love acts as a refuge, offering solace when we feel vulnerable and hope when situations appear bleak. This assurance enables us to approach challenges with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. One of the powerful aspects of God's love is its ability to provide perspective during difficult times. Challenges often come with feelings of confusion or a lack of clarity about the future. However, God's love allows us to see beyond our immediate struggles. It helps us understand that challenges are not a sign of His absence, but rather opportunities for growth and deepening our faith. When we trust in His love, we begin to view trials not as obstacles, but as part of a larger purpose. This shift in perspective can transform our attitude, turning fear and frustration into perseverance and faith. God's love also empowers us to find strength in our weaknesses. When faced with challenges, it is natural to feel inadequate or incapable. Yet God's love meets us in these vulnerable places, offering grace and encouragement. He equips us with the tools we need to overcome, whether through inner strength, wisdom, or support from those around us. His love reminds us that our limitations do not define us. Instead, they are an opportunity for His strength to shine through us. This understanding allows us to embrace challenges with a resilient spirit, knowing that God's love will carry us through. In addition to providing strength and perspective, God's love inspires us to extend love to others, even during our own difficulties. When we are struggling, it can be tempting to turn inward and focus solely on our problems. However, experiencing God's love compels us to look beyond ourselves and show compassion to those who may also be facing hardships. Acts of kindness, offering encouragement, or simply being present for someone else not only blesses others, but also brings healing and fulfillment to our own hearts. Through this selfless love, we deepen our connection to God and strengthen our capacity to overcome challenges. Ultimately, overcoming challenges with love involves trusting that God's love is greater than any obstacle we face. His love is a guiding light, showing us the way forward when the path seems unclear. By leaning into His love, we develop the resilience needed to navigate life's storms with grace and dignity. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to experience His love more fully and to witness how His love transforms even the most difficult circumstances into blessings. When we choose to respond to challenges with love, we align ourselves with God's purpose. And in doing so, we find hope, healing, and a deeper sense of peace. Spreading love to others is a powerful way to experience the fullness of God's love. When we share love, kindness, and compassion, we not only make a positive impact on the lives of those around us, but also deepen our own connection to God. His love is not meant to be kept to ourselves. It is a gift that grows and multiplies when we give it away. Through acts of love, we become vessels of His grace, allowing His light to shine through us and touch the hearts of others. God's love is unconditional and extends to all people, regardless of their background, circumstances, or beliefs. When we embrace this truth, it challenges us to move beyond our comfort zones and reach out to those who may need love the most. This could mean offering support to a struggling friend, showing patience to a difficult colleague, or simply offering a warm smile to a stranger. These small gestures can have a profound effect as they reflect God's love in a tangible way. Our actions can become a source of hope and encouragement, reminding others that they are valued and not alone. One of the beautiful aspects of spreading love is that it often creates a ripple effect. Acts of love and kindness can inspire others to do the same, leading to a chain reaction of positivity and grace. When someone experiences love through us, they are more likely to pass that love forward. This cycle not only strengthens our communities, but also fosters an environment where love and compassion become the norm. By consistently choosing to act with love, we contribute to a culture of kindness that can transform lives and uplift spirits. Spreading love also requires intentionality and awareness. In our busy lives, it is easy to overlook opportunities to show love. However, when we make a conscious effort to be mindful of the needs of those around us, we begin to notice ways to serve and uplift others. This could involve listening to someone who needs to talk, offering practical help to someone in need, or simply being present without judgment. By paying attention to the small moments, we can find countless ways to share God's love in everyday situations. Furthermore, spreading love is not limited to grand gestures. Often the most meaningful expressions of love come in simple forms. A handwritten note, a thoughtful message, or a helping hand can make a lasting impact. What matters most is the intention behind our actions. When love is the motivation, even the smallest act of kindness can resonate deeply. It is not about seeking recognition or praise, but about genuinely caring for others and showing them the love that God so freely gives us. Through spreading love, we also grow spiritually. When we align our actions with God's love, we draw closer to Him. Serving others becomes a form of worship, a way to honor God by reflecting His nature. The more we practice love, the more our hearts become attuned to His will, allowing us to experience His presence more fully. As we pour out love to others, God replenishes us with His love, creating a continuous flow of blessing and fulfillment. Ultimately, spreading love to others is a reflection of living a Christ-like life. It is an invitation to step into the role of being God's hands and feet in the world. By choosing love, we not only transform the lives of those we touch, but also experience a deeper, richer understanding of God's love in our own lives. It is through giving love that we truly experience its fullness, finding joy, peace, and a sense of divine purpose. Embracing God's purpose for our lives is a vital step in experiencing the fullness of His love. Each of us is created with intention, uniquely designed with specific gifts, talents, and passions. God's purpose is not just about what we do, but about who we are and how we live out His love in our everyday lives. When we align ourselves with His purpose, we tap into a deep sense of fulfillment and joy, knowing that our lives have meaning and significance in His grand design. Understanding God's purpose begins with a relationship with Him. Through prayer, reflection, and studying His Word, we gain insight into His plans for us. He often speaks to us through our desires, opportunities, and even through the guidance of others. By seeking His direction, we open ourselves to His leading, allowing Him to reveal the unique role He has for us in His kingdom. This process requires patience and faith, as God's purpose may not always be clear immediately. However, as we continue to trust Him, He faithfully guides our steps. When we embrace God's purpose, we begin to see our lives through a different lens. Everyday experiences take on new significance as we recognize how God uses even ordinary moments to accomplish extraordinary things. Whether in our careers, relationships, or personal growth, every aspect of our lives becomes an avenue through which His love can flow. This perspective helps us approach life with intention, knowing that each day offers opportunities to live out His love and make a positive impact on those around us. God's purpose often involves stepping outside of our comfort zones. He calls us to take risks, to trust Him in the unknown, and to pursue paths that may seem daunting. These challenges are not meant to discourage us, but to help us grow and strengthen our faith. When we embrace His purpose, we learn to rely on His strength rather than our own, finding courage and perseverance in His love. Each step forward becomes a testament to his faithfulness, showing us that when we follow his lead, he provides all we need to succeed. Embracing God's purpose also involves surrender. It means letting go of our own plans and being open to his will. This surrender is not a loss but a gain, as his plans for us are always greater than what we can imagine for ourselves. His purpose is rooted in love and designed for our good. When we align with his will, we experience a profound sense of peace, knowing that we are on the right path. This alignment brings clarity and direction, reducing anxiety about the future and allowing us to live with confidence and hope. Living in God's purpose is not only about big, life-changing decisions, but also about how we handle everyday situations. It involves being faithful in small tasks, showing love and kindness, and being a light in our communities. When we commit to living with purpose, we create an environment where God's love is visible through our actions. Our lives become a reflection of his grace, offering encouragement and hope to those around us. Ultimately, embracing God's purpose leads to a life marked by abundance and fulfillment. It connects us with his love on a deeper level as we see how he uses our lives to accomplish his work in the world. We discover that his love is not just something to receive, but also something to share, allowing us to experience its fullness through service and sacrifice. By living out his purpose, we find the true essence of a life well lived, one that is enriched by his love and guided by his unwavering hand. In conclusion, experiencing the fullness of God's love is a transformative journey that touches every aspect of our lives. By recognizing his unconditional love, embracing our self-worth through his eyes, and living a life of gratitude, we draw closer to his heart. Overcoming challenges with love, spreading kindness to others, and embracing his divine purpose for our lives allow us to not only receive his love, but also to reflect it back into the world. When we align ourselves with God's love, we find strength, hope, and a profound sense of fulfillment. His love empowers us to live with intention, to rise above difficulties, and to make a meaningful impact on those around us. It is a love that heals, encourages, and inspires us to become the best versions of ourselves. As we continue to walk in this love, may we remain open to his guidance, eager to share his love with others, and committed to living out his purpose every day. By experiencing and sharing the fullness of his love, we create a life filled with joy, peace, and lasting significance. It is through this love that we find our true identity and purpose, enabling us to live a life that not only honors God, but also brings light and hope to the world. Let us move forward with hearts full of gratitude and love, knowing that God's love is abundant, unwavering, and always present, leading us into a life of true fulfillment and joy.